In ToolKit 6.1, we have expanded on the search capabilities, and we have also added a replace text capability. To begin with, I'll go ahead and demonstrate some of the search changes that we've made in run mode. So to launch the search in run mode, you can either use the hotkey of Control F, or you can go to the Tools ribbon and click the search. As you'll see with the search window, there's new features within it. The first thing you'll see is that in the search for, it's now a text box that has a drop down, and so it will keep the last 10 search terms that you used so that it's easier to get back to search terms that you've used in the past. We also have the scope in which you can search, and in run mode you can either search within the current view, or you can search within just the current page. So you're able to set your scope to make your searches easier. I'll go ahead and execute this search on the text that I have, and you'll see now that the search results are no longer just a large list. It's hierarchical now. It's based on the view by the page, okay? And so in this particular view, this search term hit on multiple pages, okay? You'll also notice that we now highlight the text that we searched on and where it matches within the string. To navigate to those items, you can either double click on the search term or on the search results, or you can click the navigate to button. So we'll navigate to this one. You'll see on the page here that the text within the component that matched the search term now gets highlighted, so it's easier to find these within the page. Again, if I navigate to another page, a search term, it'll switch the page for us and it will highlight the term that matched. In ToolKit 6.1, we've also added more advanced features within the search. To access the advanced search features, you click the expander, and within here you'll see the first advanced search feature is which text properties to include within your search. You can either select all the text properties, or you can specify which text properties you want to search within. The text properties that are allowed to be searched are different in run mode than they are in design mode. In design mode, we also include the parameter name that you can search. So this gives you the ability to narrow the scope of which you want to search. Other search options also include the ability to match case, to match the whole word, to use wildcards, or to use regular expressions. For more information on using wildcards and which wildcards we support, as well as using regular expressions, you can see the ToolKit help. In design mode, if you launch the search window, you will notice that it looks a little different. The first thing you'll notice is that there's a search tab and a replace tab. We allow you to switch between the two modes. We'll go into how to use the replace in a little while. You'll also notice that the scopes that you can search within have been expanded. You can now search within the entire tool as well as the current view editor or the current page, and you can also search within selected components. So whichever components you may select in the designer, if you set selected components as your search scope, then those will be the only things that are searched within. You'll also notice in the advanced options that underneath the properties to be searched, that the parameter name now shows up. We do not search the parameter name in run mode, we only search it in design mode. So if I go ahead and execute this search, you will now also notice that in the search results, the views now show up, and in this example, we search the entire tool. So we have the view in our hierarchy. I also have a settings editor within this tool, and this settings editor had some search results match, and so that's within this hierarchy. You'll also notice that in run mode or in design mode that the property name now shows up along with the matching text. This allows you to hone in a little further on which property is actually the one that matched. To navigate to this, it's the same as in run mode. You either double click the search result or you can select the navigate to button on the search result. And in design mode, if I navigate to it, you will notice that the component itself now not only has the text highlighted that matched, it also selects the component, which then puts the selected component in your property editor, and it also selects a component in the tool explorer, which makes it easier for you to find which component that the search result matched to. As I stated before, when replacing text, you're only allowed to do it within design mode. To launch the search window in replace mode, you can either use the Control H hotkey, or if you look under the Tools ribbon, you will see that there is a Replace ribbon item. So by selecting that, it will open the search window in search replace mode. As you'll see, you still have the search for, as well as your scope and advanced options. The difference is that you now have the replace text box that allows you to enter your replacement text. So I'm going to go ahead and do a search on this term. And as you'll see, I've got a lot of results matching that term, but I just want to change a parameter name. So I'm going to go into my advanced and change the selected properties to just be the parameter name. And I'm going to go ahead and re-execute the search. And now I see that the only results I have are my parameter name. Now, when I come down into the search results, I'm going to see some new buttons show up on the search results. Now you'll see even up at the view level, there's a couple new buttons here. The first one is to the ability to skip this group of search results and not include them in the replace. You'll also see the ability to replace all the search results within their group. This allows us to replace or skip replacement of items within subgroups so that we can quickly reduce down the search results to what we want to replace. You'll also see that you can go into each individual item and either skip them or replace them. So in this case, let's change a few of these. So as I was saying before, I can come in here and I can go ahead and replace an individual item, which once the item has been replaced, it disappears from the list. So now if I were to come into here and change my search to search for fixed, you'll see now that item that had the parameter name as float now has it as fixed real. Let's go back and search under float again. Okay, so now if I have items within the list that I don't wish to replace, so let's say everything else on this system manager page I do not wish to replace, I can simply click the skip entire group. They will remove themselves from the search results. You can also, once you have your search results to what you want, you can go ahead and execute a replace all and replace all the search results that are left in your search result list. That was a quick overview of ToolKit Search and Replace. For more information, please see the ToolKit help file.